I want every cat to keep calm. There's nothing really to worry about. Crowfeather was impressed by his leader's authority and the way he confronted the apprentices, though he doubted that Hootpaw would be able to keep his mouth shut about what he had seen. Once the first shock was over, he would be too excited to keep quiet and too fuzz-brained. "Okay," Winston meowed. "Go and get yourself something to eat. No, not you, Crowfeather," he added, as the patrol began to move away. "I want a word with you." Crowfeather halted. What now? He wondered. One Star waited until the rest of the patrol was gone. "Tell me again what you saw. Give me as much detail as you can." "I ran up to the tunnel entrance when I heard Hootpaw yowl," Crowfeather explained, "and I caught a glimpse of something white disappearing into the darkness. I thought it looked like a tail, but I can't be sure. Maybe it was as what you said, just a trick of light, or my imagination is making me see danger." Once I listened intently, seeing nothing until Crowfeather had finished. Then he shook his head sadly. "If there were a time for Wind Clan cats to be seeing ghosts, it wouldn't be now," he mewed, echoing Crowfeather's earlier thought. "We lost so many clanmates in the great battle." Crowfeather nodded, his throat suddenly dry. It hurt to think of all the cats they would never see again. "The loss of Ashflint must weigh heavily on you," Winston went on, his eyes full of sympathy. "I know you miss her every day." Crowfeather met Winstar's gaze, surprised to hear the leader mention his mother. Even the sound of her name made his chest tighten with sorrow. Talking about his grief for his mother was still too painful. He had to struggle to respond without breaking down. "Yes, it has been difficult," Crowfeather admitted finally, almost having to push the words out of his mouth. "Perhaps you can find comfort in the rest of your family," Winstar suggested. "Nightcloud and Breezebelt." Crowfeather felt his muscles tense and said nothing. Does he have bees in his brain? Winstar knows very well that there's no comfort for me there. "But that's just it, isn't it?" Winstar went on. "Breezebelt tells me you haven't so much as looked in his direction since the great battle. Is that true?" Fury began to build up in Crowfeather's belly. "I don't want to talk about this." "I suppose so," he muttered. "Then tell me why," Winstar persisted. "I've made it clear, as clan leader, that I've forgiven Breezebelt for his part in the battle, and he has sworn a new oath of loyalty to Wind Clan, so why, as Breezebelt's father, do you refuse to accept that?" "I know what you say is true," Crowfeather replied, struggling not to unleash his pent-up frustrations on his clan leader. "But, well, you know that I caught Breezebelt about to kill Lionblaze." "Lionblaze may be your son, but he is a ThunderClan cat," Winstar responded in a level voice. "Breezebelt is a Wind Clan cat. It seems clear to me where your loyalty should lay." Crowfeather drew his lips back in the beginning of a snarl, but he could find nothing to say in answer to his leader's arguments. He knew what Winstar said made sense. He just found it hard to pretend that his time with Leafpool and the kids they had together as a result meant nothing to him. But no cat would understand that but me. For a few heartbeats, Winstar was silent. "Crowfeather," he began again at last, "are you aware that many cats thought I would choose you as my deputy after Ashfoot's death?" Now Crowfeather felt even more uncomfortable. Whatever other cats had thought, the choice of deputy was for clan leader to decide, and Crowfeather had never thought of objecting to Winstar's choice of Hairspring, even if he did think it was Mousebrained. "Yes, I knew that," he admitted, "but do you know why I made the choice that I did?" Crowfeather took a deep, calming breath, wishing that he could see the point of these questions. "Because you're Mousebrained?" "I suppose that by choosing Hairspring, you were sending a message that the Dark Forest cats can be trusted. "That's true," Winstar agreed, "but there's also a reason that I didn't choose you." Crowfeather's ears pricked up in surprise. "There is?" "Yes," Winstar meowed sternly. Because you care about your own anger and prejudices more than you care about one clan. That's not true, is it? Wouldn't you have accepted Bertie's spell if it weren't? Lester challenged him. He is your clanmate, not to mention your own son. Accepting him would clearly be the best thing for your clan. Crowfeather had no answer to this. He felt his whiskers twitch with irritation as he looked away. I am your leader, Winston went on, and I have said we will trust him, but you choose not to follow my lead. Instead of trusting your own son, you cling to your anger and disappointment. Crowfeather was silent, his claws flexing in and out as he struggled to calm himself. Part of him felt as if he should leap onto one side and rake his claws through his leader's tabby fur, but he knew that attacking his leader would be crazy. If he lifted a claw to one star, he would be driven out of WindClan forever. Even thinking about doing it surprised and confused him. Why was he so angry all the time? I expect more from you, Crowfeather, One Star continued. You are a brave and talented warrior, but you need to get to the bottom of your own problems and become a true WindClan warrior once again. Do you know what I've given up to be loyal to WindClan? Crowfeather demanded, his anger spilling over at last. I've sacrificed so much, and you don't give a mouse tail about that. Yet even as he said these words, guilt began to sweep into his mind. There had been a time where he would have left WindClan to be with Leafpool. It was her decision that led him back to the hunting grounds by the lake. From the way One Star was looking at him, Crowfeather could tell that he suspected as much. One Star aligned his head. I do know what you have sacrificed, and what you think you have, he meowed. But if you were sincerely a WindClan cat above all else, you wouldn't have gotten into that situation, and once you had, you have accepted why it needed to end. You would still not be bitter about it. Full of rage and confusion, Crowfeather let his claws slide and dig hard into the ground. He felt as if his blood was bubbling and his fur prickling. He didn't know how to respond. You can go now, One Star told him with a dismissive wave of his tail. Tonight, Kestrelflight will go to the half-moon meeting. He added, perhaps Starkly will give him some guidance, and tomorrow I will send another patrol to see if we can find out what's going on in the tunnels. Crowfeather waited until his fur had stopped prickling. Then he dipped his head respectfully to the clan leader and stalked away. As he headed for the fresh kill pile, he spotted Nightcloud and Breeze talking together. They broke off and raised their heads to watch him as he padded past, their eyes narrowed mistrustfully. Crowfeather thought of what One Star had just said, not letting his anger go. But I'm not ready to do that. Not yet. Even more annoyed, Crowfeather seized the thrush from the pile and carried it to the edge of the camp, far away from any other cat. He ate alone, in swift, angry bites. I've given everything to my clan, he thought resentfully. What more does One Star want from me?